behind us, suits on, Barney Stinson would be happy. And we are here with the load screen and Game 5. It's all down to these last 2 to 3 games. Whoever can win the next 2 out of 3 maps is going to win MLG Providence between Team Solomid and Epic Gamer. You can see the lineups on the screen right there. Pax Jackson, my personal favorite. You've got a Karate Ken in there yourself. So as far as champion selection goes, and seeing some of our favorite champions in there, got to put out a little bit of hearts to Epic right here. But in terms of just seeing awesome games, I'm glad TSM tied it up here. But now I just want a Game 7. Just keep it going back and forth, guys. I want a Game 7.
One more. So let's see what they do. Looks like Kennen went boots. Yes, boots pots flying into lane there. Salsy, look at him juggling. Beautiful. Taunting it up. And X-Special and Team Solo mid. Looks like a lot of them are going to start heading into the jungle. They're going to go for the top to blue or the top and hold. We're going to see like a 5-man bushwhack here in the beginning of the game. And it looks like it's only going to be Chaos and X-Special. The ward goes out. Very nice CV, keeping themselves careful. And they are just going to be heading back on this one. That will be first a little bit of early game check. They'll be able to farm in their lanes a little bit more aggressive if they want to get that push to the turret right away and deny that first wave of creeps to their opponent in lane. West Rice is going top, and we are going to see Dyrus down bottom. That'll be very good. I think that is the smart move with West Rice having the shield and movement advantage. It's going to be easier. But actually, they're switching up the meta. They're going to put their support AD top.
That's going to be really hard for West Rice there. That is not a lane you want to be against. Vayne Alistair is going to hurt quite a bit. I think Kennen could survive that lane as long as he gets a ward in the brush, because then he can just sort of poke at Alistair whenever he's up there.
Yes.
Fine.
I didn't think KX would have chosen a skill yet, but he has Condemn, and then you have a Pulverize. 2 instant stuns on whoever you want. And here comes West Rice going down to the bottom. They did see, just a little too much distance between West Rice and X-Special, and he did not get headbutt first. He got Pulverized. So it looks like they have been thwarted in what they were trying to do there, but they are still going to be coming out of this bush. And they do know that West Rice is up top. If they cut him hard to the left, they could do a good amount of damage here, but it looks like they will just start the lane, and it will be Dyrus versus Rain Man down bottom.
Yeah, there's that Q spam.
And they're only switching Yacht. Wow, okay. So they're just going to switch the support.
I like that idea actually quite a lot. They're not missing up any golden experience. They think Dyrus is safe here. He's got health potions, so he should survive at least the first set of spells from the Rain Man. He's going for a fast Philosopher's Stone, by the way. That's what that Fairy Charm there shows us. And then just have that healer there for West Rice. And honestly, this lane, Soda Ribbon could totally do a lot of damage to Alistair and this Vayne here. I totally see it happening.
This top lane, not one you want to see. Both Chaos and X-Special at level 2. That is a lot of stun and a lot of displacement. So West Rice is going to have to be very careful for a little bit here. He needs about 1 more minion to get that level, and then he can get some movement for himself. Very nice job there. We're going to check out how Salsy is doing versus Reginald. Salsy on Kennen. Kennen, usually a bit more of a tanky character, can give himself some MR and armor by turning into that E. That'll be helpful for Reginald's ultimate. And down bottom, Dyrus is just taking a bit of damage. Rain Man is playing that Bush champion of Yorick, just throwing the ghouls out, not even showing himself until he needs the last hits. Like that, back into the bush.
You see Dyrus getting pushed around quite a bit here, actually. I'm trying to kind of think about what his build is here. You see the Rain Man up there. Pretty durable as well, both getting % magic bent in their masteries. And yep, Dyrus is pushing him all the way to the turret, and because of that, Dyrus is going to recall. And let's look at his money. He might go for fast dodge boots, actually. But Dyrus' money is, 590. It's enough to pick up dodge boots, and that might be the situation. He has them now, and some more health potions. That was the goal there. He knew how much money he needed to earn in order to recall back and how much time it would take, and push the wave such that he had the time to do it. And look, he's going to miss maybe 1 minion, maybe 2 on his way back to the lane.
We'll head up top. X-Special just hanging out in that bush, getting the levels he needs. And he may just grab like a level 4 here and start roaming around with Odd One, but he's actually going to go for level 3. And they're going to go, I believe, to take out Rammus here at the blue. Dan Din quite hurt. They may be able to get that shift on. No! Beautiful flash out into the bush and then flashes again. And he kind of broke line of sight there by the way he flashed to that wall. So very good job by Dan Din. A wasted flash on the Odd One, but he also got Dan to waste his. So it will be less of a detrimental gank if coming out. It's going to be a little bit harder to get that power ball on. We see them both coming up back towards top lane. They did get vision. Nyat was able to get a ward in that bush. So West Rice knows he can play towards the top left of that lane and use his dodge to get away.
Well, that's extremely smart then, yeah. So as you said, they came down, they pushed away Dan. Dan was able to get blue, and yet took that time. I also been camping this brush the entire time, meaning that there was no chance to put a ward down against the jungler. And you look at the ward positions here and the brush position. Oh my gosh, the damage output here on West Rice. There's the pulverize. There's the condemn. West Rice not in a good place. The exhaust goes down. The exhaust back into West Rice, but he should be safe here. Kind of a waste of exhaust, honestly. But at least he'll live. At least he'll sustain here from Nyet. Gonna be okay.
Maokai going for the red. Looks like he will pick that up for himself. And we do see Rain Man backing. Quick Philo there and a ward so he can play aggressive in his lane. We can see 3 wards already have been purchased on TSM side, so they're going to be quite aggressive here and have quite good vision in the beginning of this game. You can see there's already 2 wards placed in the river and the respective bush towards middle. So pretty much up and down and all over, they have really good vision right now.
Yep, Darius fighting the Rain Man is going to be pretty safe here. The Ghoul's kind of going down. Darius is going to be okay with all this.
See top lane, it's actually evened out quite a bit. Nyet only level 3, but the ones that matter are level 4. West Rice, there's a pound right there. Can he get in line? And it will be the condemn against the wall, but he flashes out in time. One more hit. The Karthus ulti, first blood going to Reginald. Very nice job and a great initiation by Xpecial. Knew he was going to take a few turret shots, but he knew he could and get out safely.
Indeed, and there we see Xpecial. Oh, I hear a Powerball. Dan will not be there for the gank in time, but can at least hold XP in the lane. And yeah, Nyet could be totally tower dived here by Alistar Vayne if they wanted to. So good idea by Dan and B here, keep that one safe. Could always taunt away Chaos and keep that Sona alive as long as the stuns last.
Nice job by Salsi farming on the turret, was able to get all 3 of those, and then quickly Thunder Shuriken, the last one. And we do have Riven coming back into lane here, but I believe everybody's in that vision of the minions, so they're not trying to push anything up here. Still, those wards in River are not going to allow Dan to come up with any ganks, so looks like Xpecial has gone back. He'll probably get a few more wards. He grabbed himself a vision. Very nice.
Yeah, West Rice back to top lane. Still not exactly rich, though. Doran's Blade, not much else. Look at the minions. 18 minions to 56 on Chaos. West Rice is not having a good time here. That lack of ranged AD actually hurting their lanes quite a bit because Alistar Vayne hits people really, really hard, and West Rice has not been able to do much about this.
Yeah, going in just to get a creep score, if you know you're going to be stunned up twice and you're going to take down to 10% of your health, then you really don't want to initiate that. That's not a trade you want to be having.
And they're going to push through the wall of pain is there, and that's going to be a pretty easy dragon pickup. There you go, the smite coming out, and TSM happy with how that one's going. Auto moving back up towards the top. Nope, going to recall back there by the Golem. Solo mid up 2,000 gold so far. They've got the first dragon and first blood. No trips either way, but also the minions between Riven and Vayne, very, very significant. And that's going to hurt you.
Chaos not really too worried about just the last hits. He is, oh, no he is. He's trying to slow that lane down a little bit and just let the minions attack the turret as well.
Yep, and they're sending Sona back over actually to support Dyrus, which I think is strange because the Philo and part of the tier already finished for the Rain Man. He doesn't really care if there's someone else harassing him. He's got pretty good sustain at this point. If they did that early on and said, well, Riven, you're screwed, but we're going to own this Yorick, but that's not really the case. I don't think they can do enough damage to push him around.
It looks like Reginald with an invasion here. He throws down the wall onto Dan Din. The CV is out, and he forces him off a red. It's not really going to do too much here, but he is slowing down the jungle. Salsi coming out of the bush will allow Dan to get himself his own red. A great job by Reginald, just a little disruption there.
Yep, Jack's heading over in case they invade. That will not be the situation here, though. Riven's still not in the happiest place in the world. 77 to 30 on minions. It's not good for West Rice whatsoever. Though Darius is winning in minions. He's got 64 to 46 of Yorick, so 20 advantage is nice. But it's not going to mean too much if Riven is completely useless and Vayne will just dominate.
Oh, there it is, the headbutt up, but he was just a little too close, and they do get the extra attack on. Very nice by Vayne. That last W, and then the condemn out. West Rice forced to use those health potions, only has one left under his belt right now. And he is pinging behind him. He's like, can I get a CV up here? I think somebody is in my tri-bush. Although he's incorrect, he still wants to be very careful. That's quite a big minion wave. And now that Xpecial is 6, that's the time you can start using that ulti. And we do have Powerball in, it's going to be onto Karthus. Reginald slicing, Maelstrom comes down, but he is sustaining quite well in this fight, turning into zombie Karthus. There is, however, the created image of Yorick, and that Defile continues to do damage. Reginald's going to go ahead and say, I'm just a ghost. I'm just going to walk right in. What's up? Almost takes down Westrice as well. A very nice job in middle.
Absolutely excellent play with these guys. Reginald jumps in there and, yeah, just took so little damage. He managed to stay alive long enough to make that happen. That bonus health from the Doran's Ring and the Catalyst, enough to do really good things. And Chaos had been pushing, got rid of that turret there. Saw Riven had already come over, and that allowed that top push to be very, very easy.
Odd one close to falling in mid. Can she get the ulti out with one more attack? And there it is. The ulti onto Odd One. Very nice job there. Westrice actually throwing out the exhaust very early. And then I saw Nyut come around from the side, and they played that one very well. Get a little bit of extra speed to Westrice, and he was off and running, picking himself up his first kill of the game.
Yep, excellent play there, and you're going to see her just run around through the jungle. Now catching up with that one kill there is going to give her some nice bits of gold, although still down 60 minions against Chaos does not make that easy.
Kennen returning to mid here. Let's see what Salsi's going for. There's that Woda. Will of the Ancients on him. And we're going down bottom. Jax looks like obviously going for that.
Actually, Will of the Ancients, by the way, an exceptional choice here because Riven's going to really like that spell vamp with Broken Wings and Key Burst for ultimate as well, all going to benefit, though the AP won't matter too much, but Jax is really going to care quite a lot.
Westrice getting caught up top into the Defile, goes for the stun up there, headbutted out, and just taken. Unfortunately, Crescendoed was on to Reginald, but he just made it outside of that turret range. Beautiful try by Nyut, and great map awareness coming out of his special as well. Getting those CVs down, helping Reginald to continue to get kills.
And blue buff going to Reginald as well. K actually getting a kill there on Dyrus at the bottom lane. Looks like a complete 1v1. And Vayne won that fight due to her exceptional gold income. That is not good. If you're a sort of assassin type, can't duel the AD carry. But Dan might have a great time here against KX. Can he get this kill? KX chasing and getting away pretty well. Powerball soon.
Oh, man.
He doesn't have cooldown on Condemned. Dan could get this.
That will be Vayne dropping. Great pursue there by Dan Din. Good Powerball in. It didn't really have to use too much of his skills. I believe his ulti is down, though, from the initial fight. Yes, it was. So Reginald coming down bottom, continuing to farm up, regenning on that mana.
Yeah, and he's the first one to pass around minions. Reginald so high up in gold right now, 2-1-2. He is rich right now. He's already got the Rod of Ages done by 12 minutes, which is so incredibly quick, and has 1,100 gold in the back right now. So this could be a pretty big deal. And they're going to jump in there. Salsa gets the kill on the odd one, but the bottom lane is Dan jumping Reginald, and here comes Dyrus, and the damage up is pretty high, but Dan is actually falling rather quickly. That's one kill so far, and Dyrus, I don't know if he can do enough damage here. Actually going to fall to Reginald as well, and a double kill goes away there. And that is exceptional for him. He's happy about that one. And, I mean, that's not even TSM playing necessarily exceptional. That's Epic going into a fight and saying, we can take this. Oh, Xpecial has a lot of stuns.
The thing, I think there was one thing not taken into consideration during that fight, and it's that Reginald is 3 levels higher than both of them. They are both level 8 going into that fight, especially with Alistar to knock you up, and you're sitting in a level 11's Defile. That's way more amped up than it would be if you were against a level 8 Karthus as well. So that level advantage, as I said before, in early lane, and even here to this starting of the mid to late game, or mid game rather, at 13 minutes, it still makes a huge difference, and you got to be careful also of that level, just depending on what items you have as well.
Yep, absolutely true. Westrice, though, has Brutalizer now. And the one thing that's going to be helpful for Epic, if they can do this right, is that Vayne won't build any durability for all. She did not go Wriggles. She's going for that Bloodthirst or possibly Infinity Edge. So theoretically, Riven should be able to kill her in a fight if she gets enough items. That she doesn't have to sort of win this item race because Vayne will be focused on someone else. But they have the chance for Riven and Jax together to jump on Vayne and kill her really, really quickly. You've got some stuns from Alistar, sure, but there's still the chance that you can just kind of burst her down. The TSM in much better position right now. This is looking not too great for Epic. Salsi right away getting caught, must flash away. Sona Dance goes through, but Dan's still getting caught. And Reginald chasing in onto the Sona. Sona will get out, but there's the teleport. And actually looks like everyone will live for now. Dyrus running around in the back. They force the reset.
Now, Reginald knows right now he's quite tanky. He just initiated that fight 3v1 coming out of the bush with not that much vision. And again, trying to initiate with that wall. He does not mind being in the front. They can taunt him all he wants. He is still doing AoE damage right now, and they're putting too much focus on him. Slicing Maelstrom comes in from Salsi, and they're able to drop Reginald finally. The Karthus ulti to still come out here, and there it is. How will this change the fight? One will not go down. Yes, it is. Riven goes down, as well as Jax. Very nice job there, and they all come out, only losing Reginald in that fight.
Yep, excellent job there. Reginald getting ahead and staying ahead. Such a big deal now. 6-2-4. Definitely taking the All-Star trophy this time around. Certainly the odd one, enabling a lot of that with his ganks. 1, 2, and 3. Not a bad score by any means, but look at how good TSM is right now. They are so far ahead. 11-5. 8,000 gold at only 15 minutes in. That's an even larger advantage than last game. They're certainly poised to do a lot of pain here in this game.
You know, and this is unfortunate as well. Salsi being that level 11, level 12 as well. The first blood came to Karthus from not even being in his lane, so that gave him the advantage. Salsi's already been having a hard time with Reginald's mid, and that's just going to put more pressure on. So Salsi kind of put in a bad position that Reginald was able to grab first blood without even leaving the lane and continue to scale off of that.
And one thing that's unfortunate here as well is you look at Salsi's build, and he's got Mercury Treads, not Sorcerer Shoes. And when you look at Reginald, he's only got the 30 base magic resist. He's not invested in any durability aside from health. And they need to slice through those low resists. And neither Dyrus nor Salsi are really able to do that because, one, they're not exceptionally farmed. Certainly their minion kills are rather high, 100-something apiece. That's all great. But when the one you're trying to kill is level 12 and you're not even building resist penetration, that's actually going to really hurt your ability to get through there. You see Dyrus, trying to get those dives through. He lost the last 2 times he tried to kill Karthus, and he's only just starting to finish out some of his items right now. His Bilgewater Cutlass still not done at 60 minutes in. You want to shoot for a 15, maybe 18-minute Gunblade. He hasn't even finished half of it yet.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt. We've seen a lot of this farming just being shut down by these teams. They have great lane comps. That top Alistar and Vayne was just able to shut down Westrice. As we said, and even now it's 77 to 110 in favor of that Chaos. So he is doing a very good job, and they were of just zoning that lane entirely. Not too much something we've talked about, but you don't have to necessarily attack the opponent in your lane. You can simply zone them out, and that means that they know during a trade of damage, you're going to do a considerable amount more, so they will not want to trade damage with you, which makes them back off. Hence, you are zoning out your opponent. It's something they did very good up top.
Yeah, absolutely true, and still they're controlling this game right now. Again, TSM taking over that Golem buff, doing an excellent job there. Again, that one's going to go to them. They're just continuing to hold this map over. 7.5 thousand gold in the lead. The TSM are not giving up anything yet.
Yeah, they have not. All turrets stand. Let's see the damage on these. Not too much indeed either. So looks like TSM only losing about 5% of their bottom turret. And there's another one destroyed. Great job by Xpecial roaming around the map, taking out Dyrus' lane there. He is going to back. Dyrus is going to give him a little bit of trouble. Not think much was going to happen, but he's still being a pest. We can see now down in mid, a little bit of farm for Dan Din as everybody's milling about the map. Looks like we have a lot of blue pills, and it's going to be a black cleaver on Vayne. So going for really the attack speed instead of the damage on this one. There's quite a bit of damage to be had with the black cleaver as it shreds that armor resistance per shot up to 3 times. So you're going to see Vayne really focusing that condemn on, and just that person will go down.
Absolutely. Let's see, who is the richest champion in the game? Well, 8K and Karthus, which is hilarious. He's got 8K, and the next highest on the on Epic is 5,000, and the much in 4,000. So Reginald, super rich. Also 2K by his next teammate as well, which is that Yorick up there. A very rich person. He's happy about that one. Salsi trying to catch up, but not doing so just yet.
Looks like 400, just about 400 gold away, 300 gold away for Rabadons for Reginald. You're going to be seeing who else has a pretty nice build up here. There's a Brutalizer on Riven, as well as that BF sword. Probably going to see the Bloodthirster coming out as well. Westrice likes that build. See what we have on Yorick. Like you said, Yorick going for the Manamune.
Yeah, but Dyrus is pushing right up to the turret right away. Actually already pushed down Rainman to about half health and is staying on it, but looks like left-hand side, TSM pushing through. They're 4 strong here, and Teleport is up on the Rainman, so it's an easy 5v4 if they want it.
There it is, teleporting in.
Salty trying to get in there into the fight. There's the spam. Dan is falling, but everyone else dropping right away. Westrice going to fall as well. They picked up Karthus, and Jax should still be pushing. Karthus goes down, no extra kills picked up there, but now they're poised to take over on this Baron. You can see they've used the clone of Westrice in that battle, or not Westrice, but Chaos. And right away that Baron, and no one's even going to try to stop that.
No, doing a very nice job here of map control, moving really with power and numbers, and you can do that when you have every turret up. That first line of turrets being down allows TSM to kind of mill about the front half of Epic's jungle, and that leaves you with opportunities to pick someone off. The more opportunities you have, probably the more kills you're going to get, and that's what we are seeing here. They got caught completely off guard, and they pinched themselves right between that blue for a full crescendo, and it really did not work in their favor. You had Yorick doubling up on Chaos, and there were 2 Vaynes running around, not something you want. A very good push, the Baron, and now it looks like they are going to go ahead, push their lanes, get a reset on, and continue to use this Baron buff.
Indeed the case. You can see Epic trying to find something to do to win this game. They're now down 10,000 gold, and they're just slipping away from them. They still have at least one more game after this. They need to win everything after this if they want to win this tournament, though. This game is slipping away from them for sure. If they can turn this one around, it's just one map to go until victory. We'll see if they can do it right now, though. They've not found anything that's worked so far. Dan, he tries to go into initiate. He's been maxing defensive ball control, but it hasn't been enough for him just yet. We'll see if he's able to do any more here. Constantly taking down these jungle monsters. Has that Shirelius for his team. And I think the best thing they can do right now is just have Jax farm, and become this unkillable monster. He's got everything but the recipe now for Gunblade. That is a very big deal if he can finish that. If Salsa can get a death cap, if they can get to the point where they can actually just push through and destroy the enemy Karthus quickly. They need to kill Karthus quickly here. Maybe they have Dan talk them away, I don't know what, but Reginald is so incredibly farmed. He's got Sorcerer's Shoes, he's got 9,400 gold, 400 current. He's a rich man. He's got a death cap. He's got a Rod of Ages.
Yeah, the overall average gold, 10,000 more, actually 12,000 more now, as they actually just grabbed another dragon. That'll be up at 2640, I believe it was. So at 2640, we'll have to see if there's any action towards dragon. Again, they still have Baron buff. That is only halfway done. They have a lot of time to work with that. We'll have to see what they choose to do. Yep, they're clearing wards. They have a lot of focus on this bottom jungle. That's going to be a steal on red quite easily for them. That's going to be all in the favor of Chaos.
Yep. And he's exceptionally far ahead right now. He's doing so much damage. He has a Bloodthirster already. He's got the Zeal. He's got even the Negatron cloak here. I'm surprised he's not building armor. Apparently he's more afraid of Jax than of Riven. But 63 armor is something that Riven can chop through. So we'll see if that ends up playing that way. Let's see what they can do.
Few pushes top lane here. Looks like they're focusing 4 on it when there's 5 in middle. 3 to 4 go top just to push a lane. They're down a turret on that. Very different from Epic here. A little bit of a mistake for sure. And it looks like they may lose turrets out of that positioning.
Yep, they're going to push on through. The wall of pain is excellent from Reginald. And they're going to push down to this inhibitor turret. That one's fallen. They're on now to the inhib. Everyone is here. They're ready to go through on this one. They've still not yet initiated the haste to come out from Sona, but they're not a big enough deal here. Reginald, another wall of pain comes out. And that is the inhibitor for solo mid. They got a pretty much free push. Epic knew they could not initiate that fight. They're not. They're just very, very far behind right now. Now, if Epic can get to the point where they can win a fight at a turret, maybe it's the Baron buff was the difference there. And Baron buff was harsh, and they had to just sit it out because Baron buff was too strong for them. But if they can get to a situation where they can defend at their base and farm up. If Riven, now above 100 minions, finally has that BF sword going for a Bloodthirster next, she's going to get to the point really soon where she's able to actually kill that enemy Vayne. She can just chunk down that Vayne. The ult will come off, do a lot of damage to the whole TSM lineup. They've got Salsi in there, damage to the whole lineup. Dyra's significant single target damage, but Dandy with Tremors, Soda with the ultimate there as well. They have decent AoE. They can pick everyone down a little bit there. And if you can make Reginald kind of die to AoEs while they kill Vayne, that's enough to win a team fight, but they need the gold to make this happen. Now, it's good almost for them that the inhib did go down. These minion waves are going to start pushing to their front door. You see Salsi farming kind of at the safety of his own doorstep, not going to get caught out just yet. Riven going to head up towards top, a little bit afraid. Wants to stack that Bloodthirster, 0 stacks right now. It's actually very important that she gets stacks there because those do scale all of her abilities from the dash, the shield from Valor, damage from Keyburst, and the damage from Broken Wings as well as the ultimate. really needs more AD, and the lifesteal not pretty important there as well.
Indeed, as they begin to push their lanes, we see Reginald down bottom, sporting that blue elixir, his own Woda, the Rod of Ages, and the Rabadon's very powerful right now. 502 ability power coming out of Reginald, especially if you walk through that wall. That is going to shred your magic resistance, and that will not hurt, or that will not be good for you, rather. And it looks like we're going to have another push on the bottom lane here. They do have everybody focusing, as we do see Rain Man up top again. He's going to start split pushing with that teleport up. Everybody has their ultimates right now and summoner spells up, so this is a full fight for both teams. The Shirellia initiation on. Who are they going to focus? A flash on to Maokai. Odd One says, I can do it too. CC's him up. Oh, wow, huge damage from Salsi coming out. Absolutely dropping one. Vayne goes down in a few seconds. Reginald still alive and goes for him, and it looks like they will be able to take him out. Reginald actually still alive in general with a sliver of health as he goes down.
Yeah,
beautiful job there. The focus was actually to Reginald's ghost and not Reginald. He only has about 10% health taken off.
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape here, and I think it was actually a mistake by Epic. The initial jump in was perfect. They destroyed Chaos so incredibly quickly. He didn't even get to use Flash. His Flash is still up and ready to use from cooldown because he was CC'd that entire time and blew up so incredibly quickly. But then they're like, oh, well, KX is dead. With the Ghost of Reginald, we should totally go in right now and totally die to Defile and everything else. And they kind of jumped in there. But they all willingly went back in. You saw Dandin Powerball and go back in there. Riven jumped back in there. Salsi kind of got caught, and they could have just let Salsi die and fight a 4v4 and let Riven do some more damage when her cooldowns came back up. But I think Epic were a little bit too excited to jump back in there, and it did not work out for them. And, I think that was just a tactical mistake there in that battle where, they had the right kind of initiation. Of course, they're down in that battle. They were probably going to have to trade at best, even with a great initiation. They traded 1 for 1, but then they could have probably gotten out and not lost so much of their base. But the second inhibitor now also dead. Mid gone still. Baron is going to respawn before too terribly long. Ice skating Vayne. Really awesome. Yeah.
That's what I was styling.
Winter Olympics are in a while. Come on now. It's the right season, but the wrong year.
So here it looks like they're focusing a little bit on Baron. We are going to see Dragon in the next 40 seconds here, so Baron as well should be coming up soon. I think those timers are going to kind of meet with each other. We'll have to see how that plays out. Looks like Vayne takes off her ice skates, starts to farm up top a little bit.
Actually, am I wrong about the Olympics? Is it 2012, like in January?
I'm not making that statement because I don't know either.
Freak watches sports, obviously.
So it looks like they're kind of milling about here by the Baron. They do have an Oracle on Alistar. There's a Shirelia's initiation, slicing Maelstrom from Kennen, but there's too much magic resist to be had in that amount of tank. There goes the kill coming into the hands of Reginald. They will find Westrice as well. Dandin goes down in the Fury. Nyatwin, the next to be going down. Card this ulti to be the one to initiate that final HP damage. And there it is again. Epic says we are not playing the game we need to be playing. Let's think about this one again, guys. Let's see what we can do for next game.